Hey, Allie. I hope this video finds you well. I've been looking at this email that I'm sending you, and it seems really long and overwhelming. So I apologize for that. Um, if it's too much, we can just like break it down when we meet later on. So no worries. I think it's just because we're transitioning, right, from what has happened with the EOC and then what you would like to happen with the EOC. So in this email, in this video, I am sharing three different subjects with you. The first one is the charge of the EOC. This document says what the EOC is supposed to be doing. So I have that attached in the email. And then I have a summary of things that Lisa List did with the EOC. I thought that might actually help with, looking at the EOC charge, what we're supposed to be doing, and then what she did with the EOC. And then the third subject is just some ideas that you might want to think about moving forward with the EOC. So, just to summarize, these are some of the things that Lisa List did with the EOC. She started the practice of going around the room and getting an update from each council member. I think you have been to most of the EOC meetings, and she kind of kicks off the meeting with that every time, where she goes around the room and has a council member share something personal or professional in their lives. And that just kind of helps get people engaged in the conversations, get them talking. We learn about the different members, what's important to them, what they do, just getting to know them as a person. So that's something that Lisa did. Let's see, she created a way to interview and select future board members for the governor to pick from. So I think you were with the council the last time we did that. It feels like it's been a couple years ago. But anyway, we set up a process where we would invite people to apply to serve on the council. We figured out interview questions. We set up interviews with them. And then if we felt like those candidates were qualified and we liked them, then we would send that list to the governor. And then the governor would appoint them to serve on the council. Another thing the EOC did was they created the value statements. That was pretty recent, and we put those on our website. You can find them there. And we also created a way to write current event statements to get that information out to the public quickly. So if something happens in the media, if someone with a lot of power or influence says something or does something regarding disability, whether we like it or don't like it, we have a process to comment on that, share with the public what MODDC thinks about it. And then something that Lisa was just starting to get working on is to figure out how to engage council members more. So she was collecting some creative ideas to help members learn about one another, learn about the council work, and to get involved. So we really didn't get into this work. We were just kind of tossing around ideas. So one of them was a Jeopardy game. The Georgia Council does this, and I have an attachment about what they do and how they play Jeopardy to learn more. And then Lisa also came up with an idea of some sort of jargon translation game. So this would be kind of like a quiz format where we would ask members, what does DMH stand for? And then how does that connect with our work? What does NACDD stand for? And how does that connect with our work? That sort of thing. And then at the last EOC meeting, it was suggested that the EOC review the onboarding process or the orientation process for new members that are going to be appointed to the council. So we think we're going to have maybe 7 new council members in September. That's just kind of an estimate. That's a lot. And so While the EOC did develop a really good onboarding process and we're doing it already, um, you know, some members thought it might be good to review that, see if we wanted to add anything. Maybe was there anything that didn't work well with this last group of new members that we brought on board? So, to get ready for our Zoom meeting on Thursday, August 14th at 10 o'clock, these are a few things that you may consider doing. Reviewing the EOC charge just to get a really good feeling of what it is that the EOC should be working on. Think about the things that Lisa did, and then what would be the natural next steps to that work, or maybe how to make it better. Do you want to continue with the members going around the room to provide updates to engage members and get them to learn more about one another? Do you want to have the EOC review the onboarding process for new members? You could think about whether or not there's anything EOC members could do to further support new members, or maybe we should just stick with what we're doing. I do know that Lisa did talk with the EOC about maybe a mentoring program, like have council members mentor others, and EOC really wasn't interested in that. So that's just like another idea. And then do you have other ideas you want the EOC to think about to engage council members? And then do you have other ideas to meet the EOC charge? So you are the boss, and I am here to support you with any ideas that you have moving forward. And I look forward to seeing you on August 14th, and hopefully we'll talk before then. If you have any questions or concerns, please reach out to me and let me know. Have a great day.